There we go.
Paper power pastor, burning rubber faster than a cold NASCAR. My solo no sir, I am not a passer. I will not after any of you people listen. I'm the man now, ain't I work a plan now, can't I? I remember when you lame player, hated a player, now the same lame player. They call a player mayor. What you talking that funky about my face?
First opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New Orleans Saints. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. A fairly short kick from the 14. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
Yo, Blake, where you at, man?
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Yo, Blake, you ready, man? I declined a penalty already, so I figured you stepped away. Alright, cool. Alright. Don't kick my ass too bad. No, I just said don't kick my ass too bad. Yeah, I agree.
A give to Kamara running right. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play.
Man, you got a lot of noise back there. Kids? Is that all your kids playing?
They did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Ah.
Second down, and it's Kamara again. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. So, Charles, you look at this offense, what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 and 6 and went out in the first round. I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club. Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field.
And a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. The Saints in a perfect 5-0 here to begin the campaign. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. A quick throw complete out to Isabella. And they're going to get this out to midfield. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them. And boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Fields. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. From the gun, here's Fields. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
They a confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
Here we go. 11.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. Well, if they have any thoughts of coming in here and getting this road victory, that's not the way to start it out on the 1st play of the game.
Yeah, one thing you always say when you go on the road, take the crowd out of the game. They actually brought the crowd into it by permitting that sack right out of the gate.
Going up top. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dive up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They try to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Jordan Berry out to punt on 4th down. This is brought in at the 21. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and have to run out in the field and try to put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Fields. Throw left side, complete to Isabella. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And they're going to get this up to midfield. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. We're scoreless after 1. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40.
Man, I can't run the ball in this version. Or at least I haven't been able to.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Play action. It's Fields. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Thanks.
Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Toward the sideline. He will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. And this one too low.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Yeah, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Now they go play action now. Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 39. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
Ready?
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Burrow. That is taken in by Hurst. Touchdown. Hayden Hurst, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Bengals 7, Saints nothing.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive.
Dude, nice pass.
Yes, there are things to build on.
Woo! I don't know how he got that one in.
Now they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one. And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Here's Kamara out of the pistol. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of a line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Fields. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field, and it took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now it's Fields. He's going to let this go. Back in the end zone. And it'll be intercepted.
Ah, dude, I was trying to... he ran out.
Take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. There he goes, left side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, 95 yards. And the Bengals are able to strike.
I completely forgot I got a dev trait game on my one receiver.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make
He ain't been open, though.
14 to zip.
14, Saints nothing. Kevin McPherson. McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving them a lot to think about.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn. All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Throwing again on second down. Burrow. That's the tight end Hurst with it. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They will throw on first down with Burrow. That'll be taken in by Damiere Byrd. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Here we go, here we go.
Again, it's Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Boyd. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And it's caught. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go.
Like you're starting to have an internet connection from what it says it.
Keep in mind they can still get a first down here as they come up on 2nd and inches. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. jet sweep to try to pick it up. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Oh, shit, I thought I had a timeout. Whew.
McPherson's kick
Good D.
is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bengals drive about to get going.
This offense set to begin the 3rd quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box, establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, when you get a tight end who can run, you got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get. Taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that is incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. And it's fielded at the 34.
A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
Fields throw complete there to Johnson.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
And here's Fields. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
To throw is Fields. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And this is...
How did he catch that?
They are
Wow.
able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 36 yards on the play.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that the touchdown Saints. Juwan Johnson, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints are able to cut into that deficit. Lutz with the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 17-7. Ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bengals drive about to get going. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he's taken down.
I couldn't get rid of it.
Saints. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
I think they started the third quarter here. They placed a call on the first drive after this sack, and it's something to be facing another one as well.
Absolutely. They got their second win coming out of the locker room. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10. Burrow on play action. Under pressure, and down he goes. Tano passing yard. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
So just a play call action. But that's not just being the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
Play action. It's Burrow. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Back to the air, Fields on second down. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 41 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just help receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
He completes it to Olave. And so close, he gets it to the one. Out of bounds right there. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Saints are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. It's good on the extra point. And it leads down to a field goal at 17-14. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. The Bengals drive about to get going. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10.
Hey, decline this penalty. I can't snap the ball. I have no idea what.
Play clock down to 0. And this is not the way to start a drive.
Thank you. I don't know what's going on. It was like showing a bunch of stats and stuff, but I couldn't snap the ball.
Here we go. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10.
It was showing like a bunch of stats and stuff, like, and I couldn't get rid of it. Anyway, thanks.
Mixing up the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Taken down by Pete Werner. Three quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Burrow. Looking deep downfield. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside inside the 25. A big play there for Cincinnati. 51 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Now it's Burrow. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Trenton Irwin, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals get an important score there to extend their lead here this 4th quarter. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Well, trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your
Man, why are you trying to injure my kicker?
Take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage of the game.
Taken at the goal line. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On 2nd and 11 now. Fields. He gets this one to Johnson. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. On 1st down, Fields. Again, it's Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The Saints on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. Play action. It's Fields. And now here's another interception. And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, in a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Throwing for Chase. Now the ball comes loose. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they take possession of the football and hand it to the 36-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Mike Hilton.
I'm going to talk some shit, but it's going to be funny. Just because you're the Saints don't mean you have to play like who dat.
This is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for
I'm fucking with you, though.
Interceptions.
I agree. This is way different.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team, because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6th one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 51 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. It's Mixon on the counter. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Coming up on 2nd and 7. And now they will throw it with Burrow. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending up blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield. He didn't scrap before 1st, but he does get the last lap, evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
Yeah, that was dumb. I was trying to get the,
to their own 34-yard line.
what do you call it? Dev trait.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate?
Come on, it's pretty funny, my joke about who dat.
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play.
You're cursed with the Saints, man.
Handling it, the offensive coordinator. Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right, throw
out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25.
Oh, dude, I got caught on the cornerback. That's exactly the guy I was trying to cover. Oh, Isabella 97 speed, right?
66 yards. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation.
See, that's me just being stupid. I should have just ran the ball, but
If you don't have it, just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Bird will not bring this out, and the drive will begin at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only one timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Again, it's Mixon. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up third on about 6.
Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation. And taking care of the football, paramount, he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Now it's Burrow. This one hauled in by Sample. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough.
I'm kneeling, bro. I ain't gonna take a chance of losing or getting an injury.
To have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal
Good game, man.
And you could hear it in your voice, that one more stop.
Feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. They just didn't get it done. Wow, what a way to finish this one off.
Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Burrow down to a knee, and that should be the final act of this one. And that kneel down a little extra sweet. You get the win, and you knock out somebody's perfect season.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because it's not a championship game yet, but the team that's undefeated feels like a champion. So you want a little bit extra in this one. Yeah, they've got to feel great about taking a knee here.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly